Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is our second video in our showcase series. Today, I'm joined by Charlotte from Yavrio, and we're here to talk everything banking. Charlotte,
Exciting.
like so exciting! Great to see you again. So Yavrio are known as the banking people. So anything to do with banking, Yavrio covers it. So what typically do you see customers? What challenges do you see customers facing with banking when it comes
Yeah,
to Business
so
Central?
I would say definitely the time spent on doing those manual tasks. So before implementing Yavrio, most of the finance teams are bouncing between CSV files, banking portals, and Business Central because those systems don't naturally talk to each other. So the gap creates tons of manual work in the middle, and it's very slow, it's repetitive, and it pulls people away from the work that actually matters.
Exactly that. So I've spoken to many customers, and I remember in my younger years, having to manually take card payments and manually do my own bank recs and do my till receipts at the end of each day, and then having to reconcile that to my journals. It was so time consuming and took me away from doing my day job. So
Mm.
how does Yavrio fit in? Where does Yavrio fit in that process? What do you do to extend Business Central?
Yeah, sure. So I would say with the Yavrio's solution, it's literally anything banking related in Business Central, we extend it. So from bank reconciliation, payment journals, and now, as you mentioned, now we also take card payments directly from sales invoices and sales order and cash receipts journals. And I usually summarize Yavrio's solution in 4 words, which are connect, get, send, and take. So connect. Currently, we connect to over 14,000 bank accounts globally through the plug-and-play open banking APIs, as well as the premium treasury API connections. And get, so once connected to those bank accounts, Business Central users will then be able to automatically import the live bank statement lines as well as the live bank balances in one place in BC and send. So our AP automation supports multiple different payment methods depending on the bank account type with a secure approval flow in place. Take, most take, and now you can also take remote card payments directly inside Business Central from, as mentioned, sales invoices, sales order, and even cash receipts journals. So yeah, we
Amazing.
are because we are the banking people, so anything
The
banking related.
the amazing banking people. So no more manual CSV uploads, manual downloads of statements, and doing your bank rec. All that manual effort just goes away with Yavrio, and you make it sound so simple and easy. So
It is.
typically,
Mm.
there we go. So typically, when customers implement Yavrio, what's the one impact you see with customers?
So I would say the time saving just hits straight away because month ends close speed up, cash flow becomes more predictable, and teams finally get the real-time visibility into their financial position. So a lot of customers actually say to us they feel more like in control again instead of constantly catching up with those manual tasks.
Amazing. And I asked all my favorite ISVs this feature. What is your favorite feature about Yavrio? What is the one thing customers love about Yavrio?
Yeah. So I would say it's more about the fact that Yavrio is a one-stop shop for anything like from AP and AR. But if you ask me what's my favorite feature, it gotta be the card payment solution because we are solving a problem here, which is the reconciliation problem, as most of the customers they would just get one big lump sum payout on the bank statement from multiple different card payments. It will allow Business Central users to take card payments directly from BC and then reconcile against a virtual balancing accounts in BC. So yeah, just that the matching logic is very powerful and strong.
You're going to show us some amazing features from Yavrio.
That's correct, and I am very excited for that. Welcome to the Yavrio live demonstration about our bank fees and payments functionality. So essentially, Yavrio is a plug-and-play solution. Install Yavrio's app, register Yavrio account, and wait for KYC check. You will then be good to go. To connect your bank accounts, simply go to bank account page. And on this page, you would typically have already created a list of the bank account cards. So to link those bank account cards to your real bank account, simply click on Bank Statement Service, Connect Bank Accounts. And depends on where your bank institution is based, typing that specific country code. For this case, I'm going to connect to my NatWest Sandbox account. So I will type in GB for the UK bank institutions. So on the institution list, simply search for NatWest. And for this case, I'm going to connect to my Sandbox account. So on this page, you will be prompted to log in into your bank portal by either scanning the QR code or click on the link. So once I click on the link, as you can see, it takes me to a separate tab that's outside of BC, which means we don't store those sensitive login credentials. So from here, simply typing the customer number, PIN, and password to log in. So within the bank portal, from here, I can either select both of the bank accounts and connect at once, or simply select any specific bank account that you wish to connect. So for this case, I'm just going to connect to one bank account. So once the authentication is successful, then the tab will automatically disappear and bring you back to BC. It will then take you back to the bank account connection consent page where I will select my NatWest bank account card. And let's save the connection. Here we go. If you look at my NatWest bank account card, you will see the bank connection message has now changed to connected. If we click into individual bank account card, you will see Yavrio appears here and it's been connected. And if you do need to see the live balance from your bank multiple times throughout the day, you could always click on Update Live Balance to get the latest information. In the middle section, this is the Yavrio BACS payment setup section where you will input your live service user number and we will provide you with a unique BACS payment profile ID for configuration. Okay, so once connected your bank account in Business Central, you will then be able to move on to bank account reconciliations page to import bank statement lines. And on this page, as we can see that there's a auto run all bank recs. This is actually the Yavrio button. Click on this button. You could even enable show date formulas to automatically bring in the transactions in whatever frequency you prefer. So for this case, I've set the frequency to be running on a daily basis. So you will see the front date will also change accordingly based on the setup here. In the meantime, you could also enable apply automatically button. This is actually the Business Central button. It's the same when you click on match automatically. So what's happening here will be in the next day when you go into the office, all of the transactions from connected bank accounts will then be automatically imported on the bank account reconciliations page. In the meantime, just imagine you also have the bank account ledger entries. Business Central will automatically match those bank account ledger entries against the bank statement lines that you imported via Yavrio's banking integration. From there, you can then post. So let's have a look just to see what it actually looks like. So I'm going to select the day range from 7th of April to 8th of April, and let's create new reconciliation. When I click on OK, it will then bring me transactions from all of the connected bank accounts.
All in one go, so you don't have to do each one individually like you do in standard Business Central. It's all done for you.
Exactly. Okay, here we go. So because now all of the Sandbox accounts have transactions, so let's just purely look at the NatWest bank rec. So if I click into NatWest bank account reconciliation, on the left-hand side, you will see all of the bank statement lines from 7th of April until 8th of April will then appear like this under the bank statement lines, including information such as transaction date, document number, description, and most importantly, the value. So for the following process, you will then follow through the standard BC functionality to match automatically or match manually or even reconcile with copilots. So essentially, with Yavrio's banking integration, we take care of the left-hand side on the bank statement lines imports in a more efficient and secure way. Efficient, as in you could use auto-run all bank recs, automatically bring in your transactions on whatever frequency you prefer. More secure, as you can see, for the whole process, you no longer need to use any files anymore. And for information such as live bank balances as well as the live transactions, you can see that in one place, which is within your ERP system within Business Central. So that's on the transaction imports. If you wish to import transactions on payment reconciliation journals, you will find the same Yavrio button here, which is auto run all bank recs. So essentially, process-wise will be exactly the same as what I just showcased. So for this case, I'm just going to click on cancel. So let's then move on to the payment integration. So I will take you to payment journals. Okay, on payment journals, as usual, you would prepare your vendor payments or employee payments based on the due dates. So let's say I've prepared one vendor payment with £100 value, and I'm going to send it from my NatWest bank account. So for this case, to send a payment out, simply click on bank, and you will have a few other Yavrio buttons to click. One of them will be send payment to bank. And based on the bank account type that you select from the balancing account number, you will be able to see multiple different payment methods. So for this case, as I've connected to a UK banking institution, GBP account, so you will see I have bank transfer for faster payments, BACS payments for bulk UK domestic payments, XE for bulk international payments. Okay, so firstly, I would like to send a bank transfer. And for the scheduled payment date, I'm just going to send it for today. And let's click on next. Okay, so for this case, as we don't store those sensitive login credentials, it will prompt you to log in into your bank portal, and you could either scan the QR code or click on the link. And as usual, once I've logged in into my NatWest bank portal and continue, I will then be able to see that £100 will then sit nicely within the NatWest bank portal. And by the way, if you do have the approval flow set up with your bank with this API integration, it will still respect that approval flow. Okay, so let's pretend I am the final approver. So when I click on confirm payments, and once it's successful, then the tab will disappear, automatically take you back to BC. So you will see that as I've sent the payments as faster payments, so the payment status will be completed. In the meantime, we will overwrite the payment method for you as bank transfer. So from here, you can then post this payment journals. That's on the faster payments. As for BACS payments, I'm going to quickly switch to a different payment batch, which is BACS payments. So for this case, I'm just going to click on send payment to bank, and payment method will be BACS payments. And as BACS payments is domestic UK GBP payments, and the scheduled payment date will take T+2 working days. So I will need to select at list from 10th of April and click on next. Okay, so now the payment status will then be awaiting authorization. In the meantime, we will overwrite the scheduled payment date and the payment method. Okay, to approve the payments as an approver, I will receive an email from noreply@yava.io that's requesting me, this approver, to approve the £500 BACS payments. When I click on review payments, it will then take me straight to the £500 BACS payments. If I scroll down, I will be able to see the payment details such as sort code, account number, reference, and the breakdown of the payment value. Within this portal, for security purpose, the approvers can only either approve or reject payments. For approvers, they will not be able to change any payment details within this portal. Okay, So from here, I'm going to input the code from my Microsoft Authenticator app. And authorize the payments. So on the authorization logs, you will also be able to keep track of who submitted the payments as well as who authorized the payments at what time, what day. So now let's come back to Business Central and let's pretend that my role is now someone who just raised the payments, and after 20 minutes, I wanted to see whether the payments have been approved or not. Rather than messaging my colleague or calling my colleagues, what I can do is I can just simply click on Get Payment Status. Then the payment status will change to pending. And the reason why it's not completed, it's because BACS payments takes T plus 2 working days to settle. As you can see, the scheduled payment date also will be reflected on the payment journals. So in terms of the approval flow set up for BACS payments, there will be some flexibility that you could customize your own approval flow. For instance, if you wish to have dual approval flow in place, you can then set 2 users are required to approve it. If you do have the internal policy of whoever submitting the payments cannot authorize it, you could enable this toggle and click on Update. If we come back to the payment page, you will then see that this is the dual approval flow set up here, that you will see the approval progress will be 0/2. And if we click on View, then you can see that previously the payment was raised by my colleague Matilda and was also approved by Matilda. But because we have the dual approval flow in place, and so the current status is currently at partial authorization, so which means it's not yet authorized. So yeah, essentially, I would say that's the full end-to-end from how to connect your bank accounts, how to import transactions, as well as how to send the payment out all in one place from Business Central.
Amazing,
Thank you.
Charlotte. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. So to summarize, if you need quicker bank payments, more secure, less manual effort, Yavrio is the solution for you. If you have any questions or you want to reach out to ourselves to learn about more, please feel free to do so. Thank you very much.